back at you with another lesson, giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. So, the law is spiritual, right? The law is spiritual, which I was in the midst of bringing up real quick. The law is spiritual. All right. Romans 7:14. For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin. The point of the matter, I want to bring the law is spiritual. Let's bring a synopsis real quick. Why is the law spiritual? Because of Yahweh Shai. It's Luke 24:44 real quick. And then I'm going to get into what I want to get into here. Luke 24:44 says, and he said unto them, these are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled, which are written in the law of Moses and in the prophets and the Psalms concerning me. So, matter of fact, verse 45, then opened he their understanding that they might understand the scriptures, because the Spirit got to be working with you to understand the scriptures and how the script and the law and the prophets are spiritual. Okay, these things are spiritual. All right, so the law is spiritual. So with that being said, this is going to be about a rebellious son, and we're going to tie this along with Israel. Really, Israel is a rebellious son, and the scriptures tell you to listen to your. Well, hey, matter of fact, let's get the book of Exodus. We're going back into the law. Exodus. Let's get Exodus 20. Okay. Let's get Exodus 20 real quick. Exodus 20:12 says, honor thy father and thy mother, that the days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy power giveth thee. So that's spiritual in itself too. Honor thy father and thy mother. Well, in a spiritual sense, what is your mother? Okay, what is your mother? And this is something that Israel, abhors. Salakia. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 13, and let's see, I think it's like 50, maybe tripping, 55. Yeah. 2nd Ezra 13 and 55. It says, thy life has thou ordered in wisdom. So wisdom, right? And has called understanding thy mother. So that's what, spiritual side sense of the mother is understanding and wisdom. All right. So honor the wisdom and understanding. And then, of course, the father, Yahweh. Okay. Honor your father, Yahweh. And also, in another sense, your spiritual fathers on this earth today. Prime example, the men who were set before us, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Okay. Those are our spiritual fathers. They've groomed us and raised us in the spirit. All right. So you are to honor them. There's no other reason why we say we give double honors. The scriptures say give double honors. So you do what it's not when we say double honors, it's not in the sense of us man pleasing, the apostles that be right now. But no, we're keeping the scripts. That's the first thing you want to do. You want to follow the scripts. But we do honor these men who, blazed the trail before us and raised us in this. Okay, the spiritual. Most people look at it as we man pleasing, but they don't have a keen spiritual sense of things. Okay, we're not man pleasing nobody. We're following the scripts of what the scripts say, and the scripts say give double honors. All right, so that's what we do. All right. Again, Romans 7:14, for we know that the law is spiritual. So going back, Deuteronomy 21:18. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father, so we understand the voice of the father, man. Okay. In this sense, we're in spiritual times. So in this sense, Israel as a whole, Yasha Arla, does not listen to their father, which is Yahweh, okay? And doesn't give heed to his son, Yahweh Shai. All right, making them rebellious and stubborn, which is spoken about in the book of Ezekiel. Matter of fact, I'll just get it real quick, and then we'll get back on topic. All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 3 and 7. It says, "But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted." Impudent meaning like unwise, and hard-hearted meaning stubborn and obstinate. Verse 8 says, "Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their forehead. As an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house." All right, the law is spiritual. This is a law I'm reading. "If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father," right, or the voice of his mother, which we understand the voice of the mother in the spiritual sense is the wisdom and understanding, which, matter of fact, I'm going to hold Proverbs 1 on deck, because Proverbs, the first chapter, is going to speak on the mother and father. It says, "Or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastened him, will not hearken unto them." Right. Will chasten them and will not hearken unto them. So I'm gonna hold Isaiah the first chapter on deck. Now, precepts come to mind when you read this. Proverbs. So this is Proverbs 1, the verse 8. Perfect. It says, "My son." All right. So we speaking about the rebellious son. All right, which is the men of Israel, man, because that's really who carry the line, who carry the nation, the men. All right, but these men of Israel, they're rebellious. Same with the women, okay? We're fucking rebellious. All right, Proverbs 1 and 8, "My son, hear the instruction of thy father." The instruction of thy father. There's a brother in our camp. I'm in the Atlanta camp. The brother Deacon Barzal in our camp. He loves breaking down the word instruction. All right, because it's a very serious word. It's a very important word. You're structuring yourself within. Okay, so you have to listen to the instructions so you can build yourself in the Hebrew banah, edify, build yourself to be a better person. And how do you do that? You listen to the instructions of the Father. All right, and the instructions of the Father are in the law. So this goes towards them other camps who say we don't preach the law. Yes, we do preach to keep the law. Keep the law, but understand the law is spiritual, like it says in Romans 7. Okay? And keep it to the best of your ability. We understand we fall short of the glory, like it does mention in Romans, I want to say the second or third chapter. All right? It says, and forsake not the law of thy mother. You see that? Forsake not the law of the mother. Okay? Which is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which we clearly, read in 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and 55. Okay? But Israel, on the other hand, these men of Israel today are a rebellious son. So we're going to see what happens to a rebellious son. It says, "For the voice of his mother," which we clarified in Proverbs, the first chapter, okay, in 2nd Ezra 13, "in that when they have chastened him," right, and the Lord has been chastening our people, okay? This is Isaiah chapter 1 and 5. It says, "Why should ye be stricken anymore?" Now that's a question. Why should you be stricken anymore? Meaning you've already been chastened, okay? Meaning I've already put my hands on your ass and you still rebellious. Isaiah 1 and 5. "Why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more, and the whole head is sick and the whole heart faint." That's these Israelites today, man, which are the uncircumcised, the Americanized, heathens of our people, okay? It says, "Will not hearken unto them," Right. And that's what we just read in Isaiah, the first chapter. Why should I keep because a form of chastisement is chastisement is correction. Read Hebrews the 12th chapter. Chastisement is correction. You chastise someone you love so you can correct them. You rebuke somebody you love so you can correct them so they become better. Now, if you continue to chasten, correct, rebuke, and nothing is changing, a motherfucker gotta go. That's simple. So let's go back to Deuteronomy 21, verse 19. Then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him and bring him out unto the elders of the city and unto the gate of his place. Now picture this, okay? And this is where you could say, I'm speaking as a man here and applying scriptures. This is, you could say, where our role comes into place. Verse 19, being as a prophet, okay? The father and the mother, the Lord, all throughout the scripts says, do away. I cannot do with them no more. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find. I know it's in Isaiah. Let's see something. Though I knew Moses and Samuel. It's Isaiah. I want to say. Let's find it real quick. Not what I wanted. Salakia. Nah, because I through the spirit, I gotta get this because it brings up this script is gonna bring a lot of understanding. Salakia, let's see, hold on. Let's see here. Yeah, it's Jeremiah, Salakia. Jeremiah 15:1. Jeremiah 15:1. Then said the Lord unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people. Cast them out of my sight, let them go forth. Right. So then if the rebellious son isn't listening to the mother or the father, Yahweh or the wisdom, okay, which these people aren't, then shall the father and his mother lay hold on him. Right. Yahweh doesn't want nothing to do with him. Okay. So guess what? He done set the prophets up, all right, which are the priests today, all right, and bring them out unto the elders of the city, unto the gate of his place, right? So guess what? We on the highways and byways, and Jake can come, they walk past, they don't hearken, they don't listen, no nothing, okay? That's in the form of them brought to the elders in the gates to be told, all right? Verse 20, and they shall say unto the elders of the city, this our son is a stubborn and rebellious, and he will not obey our voice. He is glutton and a drunkard. All right? The glutton and the drunkard both of them go into being greedy and selfish. Okay? Because if you're stubborn and an obstinate individual, you're greedy and you're selfish as well. All right? So it's been told, okay? And then they're told, the son is told what's up, and then guess what happens next after he continues to be stubborn? Verse 21, and all the men of his city shall stone him with stones. And in this case, guess what? It's going to be via the nuclear missiles. The law is spiritual, all right? Because we actually live this every day in Deuteronomy 21:18. We see the rebellious son. Every day, the Lord sees the rebellious son. Every day, Yahweh Shai sees the rebellious son. Every single day, okay? Every day. And they disregard, okay? The scriptures clearly say, my son, hear the instructions of thy father and forsake not the law of the mother. Let's keep going down in Proverbs 1 real quick. Proverbs 1:20, wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets. Again, that's where our role comes into play. Prophesying every week. Prophesying every day on our videos. Going out to the highways and byways. Verse 21, she crieth in the chief place of concourse. in the big cities in New York, up in Connecticut, over in LA, or down in Dallas, in Atlanta, Tampa, Orlando, Miami, Palm Beach, okay, Birmingham, you know, down in Mississippi, I want to say Jackson, Houston, okay, I'm gonna keep naming them, you know, LA, um, shoot, we got brothers out of state, brothers up there in Alaska. I want to say in Anchorage, if I'm not mistaken. All right, in Iowa, in Des Moines. Okay, there's brothers there in Kansas, Kansas City. Okay, there's brothers everywhere. All right, in the and I named big cities in those specific states, big cities. Okay, so there's big, you know, in Memphis. Okay, there's big cities. Those are the chief places of concourse where the prophets are. It says in they're preaching wisdom. All right, because because they understand to not forsake the law of the mother. Okay, so continuing, it says, she cried in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttered her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity, and the scorner delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge? Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Right. So this rebellious son, aka these men of Israel, you know, of the uncircumcision, you know, 2/3, just Israel in the whole, man. The words have been made known to you. It's been written on a wall, plain on a sheet of paper for you, typed out, sent to you in an email, whatever, you know, and it's been made plain to you. Okay, verse 24. Because I have called and you refuse, I stretch out my hand, no man regarded. Right. We stretch out the Lord stretches out his hand for help. You slap it away. But ye have set not all my counsel, meaning you don't want to listen to none of the admonitions. It would none of my reproof, and you hate being corrected. Verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock you when your fear cometh. Right. Because why should the Lord stricken you? Salakia, Isaiah 1 and 5. Okay. Why should the Lord stricken you anymore? Because you're just going to revolt more and more. So he's going to laugh when your calamity comes. He'll mock when your fear cometh through the prophets. All right. When your fear cometh as a desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind via the nuclear missiles, when distress and anguish come upon you. Right. So with that being said, let's finish this off. So the law says if there's a rebellious son that doesn't listen to the voice of the father nor the mother, okay, doesn't listen to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai nor to the wisdom that he has prescribed, okay, he's going to lay hold. He ain't going to correct you no more. He's going to consider you a bastard, okay, like it says in Hebrews the 12th chapter, all right, and this is what's going to happen. Verse 21, and all the men of the city shall stone him with stones, that he die. So shalt thou put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear. You see that? You see that? And that's what's going to happen to the majority of these 2/3 men out here who can't hearken unto the prophets, who can't hearken unto the Lord. For many were called, but few were chosen. Okay? Many were called. And a lot of them just hung the phone up. All right? The ones who hung the phone up are the ones who went to righteousness because you picked the phone up. In order to hang a phone up, you got to pick it up, right? You picked the phone up and you hung it up. Okay? And other ones just let it go to voicemail. But it still got the call. It probably got a voicemail. And just deleted it. You know? Therefore, you're going to be stoned with stones, meaning you're going to be burnt with fire, all right, via the ICBM hypersonic missiles coming over to America. That's what's going to happen. The law is spiritual. This law is going to take place. It's going to be just. All right. All right. So Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Hakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone to rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. So Brother Kasha Kwala, till the next time I say shalom, and like always, repent, for Yahweh Shai is coming back sooner than what me and you believe. Shalom.